What's good, y'all? So it's early in the week. I'm really excited for this weekend. The fights in Iowa. See the return of Jeremy Stevens, and there's a couple of other good matchups. The main event, obviously, Cory Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. That should be a banger. I just kind of want to go over a couple of fights that I really like, and I'm gonna give you my early leans. All right, so the first fight I really want to talk about is Gillian Robertson versus Marina Rodriguez. So I do think that Gillian Robertson's grappling is on a different level. We've seen Marina have problems in the past. Her takedown defense isn't that great, and she's really not that high level of a grappler. We know she's more dangerous when it comes to standing. But I think that I've been super impressed with Gillian Robertson's striking as of lately. She's actually looked a lot better. She's putting combinations together better. And I just know that if Gillian Robertson gets this to the ground, the fight's going to be over pretty quick. I don't think that Rodriguez is going to have the grappling prowess to have some effective defense. I just think that Gillian Robertson is going to get this fight down pretty fast, and we're going to see that there's a big skill gap in the grappling. So I'm heavily leaning Gillian Robertson this week. Of course, the odds are kind of iffy. Gillian is currently, I think, like a minus 300. Depends on the book. But I really like Gillian in this spot. Definitely a parlay piece. She's probably going to get the finish. You could take that route as well. Now, the second fight that I really like in this card, Cameron Smotherman versus Sergey City. I think Cameron Smotherman, he's promising. He was just helping Diego Lopez train for the Volk fight. He was with him the whole camp. I haven't been very impressed with City. He had that fight against Ramon Tavares where he clipped Ramon early. The fight got stopped super early, and then they ended up having the rematch, and Ramon looked way better. We kind of saw City get exposed a bit. He has a little bit of pop in his shots, but he's not a very high-level wrestler. His grappling is okay. But I think that Cameron Smotherman, he's going to live up to the name. I think he's actually going to smother City. I really like Cameron. I think that he has a lot of room for growth so far in the UFC, and as an underdog, I think it's a solid pick. I think that Cameron can definitely win the rounds. I don't know if he'll get a finish, but I definitely can see him taking a decision. So I'm leaning Cameron Smotherman for this one. And then let's talk about the main event. So main event, Cory Sandhagen is a minus 450 favorite. We've seen Cory Sandhagen be like that boogeyman of the division for a little while. Then he kind of like fell off the face of the earth. And now he's finally starting to get a bit more active. I believe he's had some injuries in the past. But I really like Cory in this fight. I think that striking, he's going to be able to hold his own against Davison Figueiredo. And he's also shown a lot of improvement grappling. Cory's grappling is not bad by any means. I think that if Davison Figueiredo goes for the takedown, which I'm sure he's going to, I think that Cory can intelligently defend the takedowns, and this fight could possibly take place on the feet a majority of the time. And I think that we've seen Davison Figueiredo, now that he's a little heavier, not necessarily gassed, but he slows down after that first round. And I think against Cory Sandhagen, that's going to be very detrimental. I think that Cory Sandhagen in round 2, round 3, even round 4 is going to be able to take over. And I can't confidently go with Figgy in this one. So my pick is going to be Cory Sandhagen. Obviously I'm not going to play the minus 450. I'm going to probably try to look at it some other way. But I think Cory Sandhagen, maybe knockout in the later rounds or even a decision, is very live here. And those are just a couple of the matchups that I really like for this weekend. I'm going to do another video later in the week going over my specific bets for a couple of these fights. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on these matchups. Who do you got?